Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy! Send it! Incoming! Put the money in the bag, man!
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No, who's flying the plane? Get cockpit, go! God!
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by OmahaSteaks.com. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros, kids. It's Friday afternoon, having some Hard AF Seltzer. D'Anthony Hollaway has been stolen today by the Blaze over at Blaze TV and Alex Stein and those guys. Therefore, I'm stealing one person from the Blaze today. Sarah Gonzales is here. What up, girl?
Hey, and I came prepared.
Did you?
Product placement.
Stop right there.
We've got Hard AF right here at Blaze Studios.
Was that planned or not? Or did you just go to the fridge? Okay.
No,
okay.
I just literally went to my dressing room fridge. I have to keep it stocked just in case and for a time such as this. And so I'm prepared.
Awesome, because I left a few cases there, and you never know what goes down at the Blaze after dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because let's face it, Ghislaine Maxwell has just been moved to Texas. Are they holding her at the Blaze? Can you confirm that? Not confirm that?
So there are a lot of secret rooms here. I may not be privy to, but as far as I know, Ghislaine Maxwell not here at Blaze HQ.
Positive.
I mean, am I positive of anything these days? No, she could be like behind the corner back in, behind my set, but I haven't seen any extra security either, which leads me to believe she's not here.
I say it's 50-50 right now, and I'm going to hold on to that for the rest of my life now, okay? Because this is yet another weird twist in this whole fucking thing, and like, it got to a point, it's like maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and I don't know if this is going on at the Blaze, but like internally, we had a discussion of like, can you just keep talking about Epstein every fucking day before everybody gets burned out about it? Because I don't want to. However, why move her to Texas right after these interviews? I had said 2 days ago on the show, she had a box, and I had speculated. I go, you don't bring a prisoner a box unless it's either legal files or all their shit because they're going somewhere else. And then sure enough, she's going somewhere else. So they're not saying where she is in Texas, but it is a lower security prison than the one that she was in Florida, which, forgive me, I'm a little choked up about this, was the lowest security prison I've ever seen.
And it's lower. So the one in Texas is lower than the one that was already low in Florida.
Yes.
So what I would love to know is what is her opinion on that matter? Like, did she go kicking and screaming? Because she's like, I know what you guys are about to do. I know what's happening. I don't want to die. I'm not suicidal. Or is she a fan of it? That's what I want to know.
I can't figure it out. It's one of those things where if you're already in a minimum security prison in Florida, what does the move to Texas mean? Also, is she there? Trump, had an odd comment this week of, I could pardon her if I want to. Well, why even say that at all?
I know. Well, I mean, he does have a lot of foot and mouth moments. Like, I love the guy, but sometimes he has like this verbal diarrhea where he just has to keep the flow of conversation going and doesn't really necessarily think before he speaks. But there have been several instances where he said stuff about this, and I'm like, can we just not? Like, we should just not say nice things about Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell, and we should definitely do what we can to get all of the bad guys out for everyone to see. Let's just do that.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, forgive me. I was
you're still
really
up.
late last night. Jesus Christ,
man.
Yeah, I've been going through it. I'm still grieving over Hogan. There's been so many tributes in my house.
I can understand.
I feel like every night, right around 8 p.m., right when Raw starts and Hulkamania and everything, like, I'm still bricked up and sad and crying over Hogan. It's a mixture of both. I'm happy because I get to see his old highlights. 2, he's dead, and that sucks. But, there's been a lot of tributes lately, and there was a Netflix doc that just dropped last night about WWE and behind the scenes, and it's amazing, by the way.
Oh, cool. I'll have to watch it.
My God. I mean, that's the first time that they've ever taken anybody really, really behind the scenes. So you see how it gets scripted. You see who's got microphones in each other's ears. But then you also see people literally just shattering their bones and then getting hauled off to the hospital. And it's all real, but you can't judge certain things and arenas and all that other stuff. And for me, the Hulkster was my dude. And then, the belt's right behind me that's signed from him. Wasn't thrilled, obviously, about the 13 N-words he dropped on his sex tape. But I guess that happens post-coitus for some people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to kink shame, Me
neither.
So whatever happens between the sheets, man, that's not my business.
Me neither. But then with Ghislaine Maxwell, I don't want to kink shame either. And
oh shit.
If we're doing this right now. Let's do it. I mean, God, as much as I hate to say it, she's a little batty, and she could have gotten moved on her own, and there's just so much weird shit where you're like, oh man. You look at her and Casey Anthony, and you're like, why? Why did you have to make them attractive? Like, I hate these people. And then, here they are.
She's older though, Ghislaine Maxwell.
She's an older gal. But
so she's a cougar.
She plays. Like, she definitely still plays, Ghislaine Maxwell. Because the other part, too, that I mentioned, I don't know if you covered this on your show, because obviously you have a huge show over at The Blaze, and there was some footage of her running on a track, getting ready, getting in shape. And I was like, man, that looks like somebody who's about to get out of prison, start a podcast, and have a huge book deal in about 2 months. Did you see that footage?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's running. She was doing laps on a track at the minimum security prison in Florida. Maybe they moved her because of the heat. They wanted more humidity here, and they were like, look, we still need another 8 pounds off of you. She's trying to cut weight for 60 minutes or something, and it's just, they're like, Texas will do it for you. We'll get you down to that Texas heat a little bit. But, she was there, and then they had I think it looked like a in-jail security tape of her. No makeup on, everything else. Still look good, and you were just like, holy shit, she's going to be back, dude. She's going to have a fucking podcast soon.
You know what? Sometimes I low-key wish that I could just go to prison for something minor, and because what else is there to do other than just like get in shape and get ripped?
Nothing.
Like, there's what else are you gonna do?
Nothing.
So it's like, if I had all the time in the world and there was nothing else to do, and I was just sitting around and there were a bunch of guards just watching my every move, I'd be able to just go out and get ripped and then come back and, like she is, like, come back and have my moment.
I know.
Enter the society again.
She's about to have a fucking glow up. So do those Chrisleys as soon as they got out of prison. My God. That motherfucker was tan, and he had blonde streaks in his hair in like an hour. And I was hair and makeup just waiting in the other room? And he was like, before I get out of here, I'm going to need this touched up. Nobody can see the grays. I'm not gay. I'm just from Atlanta. And then Homegirl got out at the same time, and they were on different buses or Ubers or whatever. And she had a full glam squad. So by the time she popped out of there, it was like she was at Oprah's 70th. And you're like, God damn, dude, who's dressing these people up from jail, for Christ's sakes? What's your over-under for how many years you'd stick it out in prison? Mine's 10, or I'd blow my brains out.
Well, are we talking minimum security?
No, we're talking federal. So you got to go into a real jail. And I base it like on age of like how much time I would miss in life versus, how many times I get raped and all the other stuff, because I've got such young features that I feel like I'd be at the top of that list. I'd be really high up there. Yeah.
You would be prioritized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus my height, and it's like everybody wants to be cradled by a giant. So I feel like I'd be numero uno on that list up there at Fort Worth.
Hey, you know what? If there was ever a reason to keep your nose clean, that would be one of them,
Wow.
I would say. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sticking it out, but a couple years.
I'm 10. Like I said, 10 on the show.
Like
or
maybe 2.
So let's say, like with Diddy, he's still in jail waiting to get sentenced. If it was 10 years and my lawyers came back, and let's say I was out on bail, and they're like, hey, it's 10. What do you want to do? I'd say, look, push this date off as much as you can. And then, I'll suicide vest myself outside the Today Show, just right outside the window. And then, boom. And then my body splatters against the glass. That was one of Dan's dreams that I'm going to steal for him today since he's at the Blaze. And that would be a perfectly nice send-off, and 10 years is it. Other than that, every prisoner we've had, or ex-con on this show, I should say, has had horrific stories. Horrific stories. Oh, yeah. The one guy...
raped in the butt or what?
Oh, worse. The one guy, who is it, A.G. Gregorov from...
Worse?
Toehold. Yeah. Toehold. Best sandals you'll ever have in your entire life. Not a sponsor. Wish they were. They're the guys that make those like $10,000 like rhino sandals. Have you heard of those?
Mm-hmm.
They rock. Mm-hmm. Like a baby rhino will die in Africa. They'll go over and scoop up the body and make sandals out of it, and they last for life. They're guaranteed for life.
Wow.
I have a pair, not that high ends, They're in the 3 to 5 range is all I'm going to say. 100, by the way, but they've lasted through anything. I mean, my God. So, yeah. But Toehold, who else? God, there was one more that was huge in that space. I forget who it was. But yeah, Ali Siddiq was the other one. So Ali came on first. He did, I think, 5, and he had to beat the Christ out of people, and then he told the story about a broom, somebody getting shanked with a broom, and they snapped a mop in half, jammed it in his ribs, and then there wasn't enough space between the bars to get him to the hospital, so all you heard was the clicking of the mop going bar by bar by bar. And,
no.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
And then AG, or Greg, I should call him. I don't know why I'm calling him by his Instagram handle. Maybe I want you to follow him. But with Greg said they cut the face off of some chomo. And it was like Face Off, like the John Travolta movie. Or Nicolas Cage. Depends on if you're gay or straight, obviously. I went Travolta first for no reason. But I'm 18% gay. It's fine. It's totally fine. But so after hearing those stories, it confirms like my worst suspicions, and I was like, it's 10. 10's all I got in me, and then other than that, I'm saying goodbye to my loved ones and all that other stuff.
I mean, I feel like 10 is pretty respectable after hearing all of that.
Yes, and I think that's about it.
Brave.
Yeah. Anything more than that, forget it, dude. Like I'm gone, and I'm leaving this earth. And the reason why I bring this up is with Ghislaine, what's going to happen here? I think she's going to either get a way reduced sentence and then quietly go off to another island that she can rape on, or she'll get off somewhere down here in Texas and blame it on the heat or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just be interesting to see what Congress does with her, because they subpoenaed her and she's supposed to go in and testify, but she already said, I want full immunity. And Congress came back and said, no, we're not giving you that. Now, I would like to point out how quickly Congress came back and said that, which is very fascinating. It's almost like some of them might be implicated in something that she, some sort of information that she had, because they were very quick to be like, no, you don't get full immunity. We don't want to know that much information. We just want like the information that doesn't implicate any of us. And so it'll be interesting to see, I think, how that shakes out. because then I think she'll know on a barometer how badly she needs to fear for her life while she sits in Texas prison.
Yeah, because I'm with you. Like, I look at this, and it gets more complicated by the day, obviously, but I look at her situation, and if you're going to stand by all the shit from Patel and Bongino and Trump and everybody else, Vance's been the only one who hasn't said shit, rightfully so. He's got 28 on lock, and he's just like, man, I'm not doing shit. All right, I'm not going to say a word about your bullshit because I wasn't there. And I think everybody else was there. But if you look at her situation, if nothing really happens, they've appealed it all the way to the Supreme Court. Yeah. What's your argument against keeping her in prison? And then if you're not going to give her full immunity, what are you going to give her? Because then why is she there? None of this makes any sense, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse by the day. And what I said yesterday with Dan was it doesn't matter how much good shit Trump is doing right now, and he's doing a lot. This is still overshadowing everything.
No, you're right. I mean, that's what I said was it's going to be a stain on his administration like forever if they can't get this right. And I think that a little bit unfairly on President Trump himself, because this is really like the screw up of Pam Bondi and how much President Trump had to do with that. I don't see much because all we heard was he said they needed to get on that. He said they needed to release all the files. She was the one who went out on Fox News, as she does like every day. She's not really doing anything for the American people, but she is making multiple appearances on Fox News. She went out there and she's like, oh, the files are sitting on my desk. I'm going to go through them and then I'm going to release them to the American public. And then she went and put all these binders in the hands of all these influencers that were at the White House. They didn't know what the hell was going on. They're given these binders. That's not even what they were there for. And then she pushes them out the door where there are all these photographers that take pictures of them holding a binder that says the Epstein Files, she knowing all along that there was nothing actually in there. So it's like you look at the culmination of how badly this has been botched. In my opinion, I'm not even sure that it was accidental. Like, you got to have a certain level of incompetence that I'm not sure exists to really accidentally do that. So I just don't trust Pam Bondi. And I think that it's unfortunate because it will get laid at the feet of Donald Trump, and it will ultimately be his administration and the stain on him for not rising to the occasion. But I just don't know how much of it is necessarily his fault. I mean, he's called for the release of this. We know his history of as soon as he heard that Jeffrey Epstein was a disgusting person, he banned him from Mar-a-Lago. So I don't have any reason to believe that he's like in the files or anything, just like the left says. I just think it's unfortunate that he's picked, in my opinion, the wrong people to lead this, and they've just bungled it seemingly from the start.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've never been high on Pam Bondi over here, ever. And I didn't want her to see her get the job. We wanted Andrew Bailey out of Missouri.
I would have liked him.
That's our dude, and he's been on the show a few times. He walks that talk, that dude, and he's awesome. With her, I'm torn because I don't really know. Kash Patel's been on the show. All those guys, you know, I'm sure Bongino and everybody else has been over there at the Blaze. They've been saying this for years. Like, you know, back in 2020, I've seen the list. You're going to be shocked. It's going to be crazy. Now it doesn't exist. Did they promise her things and then it get pulled at the last minute? That I'll never know the answer to. Everybody's new. First week on the job, everybody wanted the goddamn Epstein thing. And then, oh my God, there's so many files, footage, everything else. Shit's getting burned allegedly or deleted or shredded or whatever. And then boom, here we are. And I think if you fire her now, that doesn't look great. If either one of those guys walk out, it doesn't look great. I just don't see a clean exit from this situation other than letting the economy play out the way it is. You know, have everything go great, lower prices, you know, the tariffs that we've signed, those deals will kick in the fall and then just kind of ride off of the economy, the border, and everything else you're doing. That's kind of the only way out. The other thing that I said was if that mayor in New York gets elected, in my opinion, that will help the Republicans in 26 and be like, all right, here's where the rest of the country's headed with the Democratic Party. So I think there's only two options out of this Epstein thing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would never underestimate the ability of the Democrats to really screw things up and not take advantage of, you know, maybe something that was handed to them and set in their laps. But I don't disagree with you. I just think I worry that because I saw some polling that showed that Gen Z, like the younger generation, was very upset about the way that this was handled. And I know that a big part of why people voted for Donald Trump was because they were done with the corruption. They were done with this, deep state elitist who they can do no wrong. They're untouchable. And yet all the rest of us would get thrown in prison for all of the crimes that they commit, on a daily basis. And just seeing that play out in the Biden administration and watching them try to do what they did to Donald Trump. And it was just like we all were ready for this moment where we had transparency and we had all of the corrupt people get, carted out of office. And so now we're finding out all these things. We're being told we're going to get the Epstein Files released. We're getting all these document dumps that show that Barack Obama was in charge of the, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, where Hillary Rodham Clinton was behind it, which, let's be honest, we all knew was the case.
Yes,
but we're actually getting evidence, right, in our faces that they all were part of it. They all conspired to do it. And it's like, so we're getting all this stuff, but then it's like, well, what the hell does any of it matter if at the end of the day, nobody goes to prison for any of this? And so I do worry that there is going to be just such a sense of frustration, especially from some of these young people who were driven to vote for Donald Trump based on that type of shit that was going on.
Right. And to your point, I don't think Gen Z, because I think you're right about Gen Z, of what they care about. I don't think they give a shit about the Clinton thing in 2016 or anything else, because let's face it, it was 9 years ago for them.
Right.
So they didn't give a shit. They probably weren't paying attention. Yeah, and they weren't really paying attention then, Right. They're paying attention now, but there's little minds is the hot flashy thing where it's just like, all right, I want the system to go down. It was punk rock to become a Republican or all this other shit. And I think the only thing that, it could sway is with that. If Homeboy gets elected in New York, that guy gets elected in Minnesota. The I am the captain now guy, the Somali. And then you have the shit like the Sydney Sweeney campaign. The more and more people bitch about that reminds me, as soon as I saw that pop up this week, and that story won't fucking die for some reason, it proves to me of like, all right, maybe fucked up the Epstein thing, but thank God, dude, we don't have to go through 4 more years of this bullshit of this woke. I've got to have a woman of color in these fucking jeans. Like, I didn't even know American Eagle was still around, for Christ's sakes. Good on them. Jesus, that's all I'm thinking about now. I was like, man, is there an American Eagle near me? I got my kids' backpacks for the back to school program. Like, what do they have going on there now? When you saw this shit with hot ass Sydney Sweeney, like as a woman, I mean, it just seemed like a normal jean commercial to me, like a throwback from like the 80s or 90s.
Oh, yeah. No, I loved it. It was so refreshing. It was, as you mentioned, it's like, God, this is like what my childhood was. And nobody complained. It wasn't a huge deal. Nobody got called a Nazi because there's a hot woman in a jean commercial, which, by the way, was, in my opinion, as a woman, very tasteful. It was done very tastefully. The car commercial, you have her, she turns around, she dusts off her hands on her pants, but it's not like her jeans are skin tight. They're very loose fitting. She's not showing her boobs. She has them, and you can see that, which, like, hey, you know what? God gave those to her, or maybe a doctor, but that's fine.
I think it was God. Okay, I want to believe.
I think it was too.
I want to believe.
It may have been.
I want to believe that he's sitting on a cloud next to Hulk Hogan right now, and they're discussing the perfection that he made. I'm just saying.
You know what? It may have been, but if it was a doctor, I just want to point out, I'm not judging her because, hey, more power to you. And so regardless, it's like, we're allowed to appreciate beauty again. Objective beauty, we are allowed to appreciate again in this country. I mean, we did my show yesterday. We went over this article in the New York Times that being fit now and being healthy is now called having a MAGA body. And it's like, guys, this is something that everyone agreed upon until like 5 minutes ago when you guys decided to get super radical and crazy and retarded, was that being 500 pounds is not healthy. You're not fit. You're not healthy. That's not an objective standard of beauty. And we all could agree on that until very recently when they decided to go off the deep end. So the fact that we now are not having like trans obese models, do ads for companies like American Eagle is only going to benefit this country in the long run. I see nothing wrong with it. I don't understand the women who are screeching about it. I just don't get it. I love seeing a nice, hot, beautiful woman in an ad for an American company. I say more power to them. We need to see way more of it.
Same. And like, I don't give a shit that David Beckham's out there and, tidy whitey's like, cool, man, show off that hog, brother.
Right,
You're
right.
shredded. Like, I don't give a fuck.
You worked hard for that body.
Yeah, I don't really care about it. But even Lizzo today posted, she's in a fat pair of jeans and everything else. And you're like, oh, Christ. And she's like, this is how this is what a black lady looked like. And you're like, awesome, man. Nobody didn't know what she looked like before, what any other black woman looked like before. It is one jean commercial, for Christ's sakes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. And even she's on Ozempic now. So...
Right. Yeah. I don't even understand her deal, because before she was like, no, you're not going to shame me. I'm going to be morbidly obese and I'm proud of it. And then all of a sudden she was like, oh, actually, maybe there is something to this whole working out and getting healthy thing. And now she's skinny shaming white women again. I don't even understand what her position is, because seems to have held all of them. It's objectively true that you look better when you are more fit. That's just objectively true.
Yeah, and with her, it's strange because she's still about a deuce and a half, and it's like, look, keep going. Maybe not, do all the things. Yeah, we're not there yet. Like, it's one of those things where you look at the photos you post to your child at like 3 months old, and you're like, oh my God, isn't he the cutest? And then you look back and you're like, oh fuck, man, that was not any parent out there, wait till 12, 14 months to post the pictures. One from the hospital, and then wait 12 to 14 months. That's when they get cute. When you look back at all those pictures, you're like, oh my God, dude, how many people in the neighborhood are making fun of me? Like I shouldn't have posted that.
Thank God he turned out cute, because those first couple months were
rough.
They were touch and go for a while.
Real touch and go. And then Lizzo, it's like, hey, there's still a little bit more work to do. Let's not think
good job.
Everything's fine. Like, it's a nice update, but not. We're not ready for that centerfold yet. Like, let's just tame it down a little bit.
I'm saying this as a former fatty.
Yeah.
You saw my fat pictures last time I was in there.
Still shocked, by the way.
So I'm not saying this. I know a lot of people, they see me now and they're like, oh, sounds like something someone would say who's always had good metabolism their whole life. Like, my metabolism sucks. I've had to work for all of it. So I understand the hard work that comes with it. It's just like, it's a journey. Yeah. And you're not to the finish line yet.
Yeah. I mean, there was a famous musician who once said, life is a highway. And I've kind of lived my life by that. And that's Johnny Cox, who said that. I don't go with the Rascal Flatts version of that song. I go with the OG version of it. Tommy Cox out there. But now we're back, I think. And after that, I don't know if you heard, but like Sophia Cunningham signed with Arby's. Let's go.
I did see that.
We're real back now. Bob, have you seen these photos? And
Yep.
I didn't want to look at them in public.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you need a moment? That's where I was like, do you need a moment like behind a screen or something to look at these? She's got a milkshake in her hands. Oh, she's got some of those seasoned curlies. I love those seasoned curlies from Arby's. God, those are delightful.
They are so good.
What was your fat food of choice here?
Probably Taco Bueno and Whataburger. Like one of each on the menu.
Taco Bueno, good taco was your place?
Yeah, I loved the beef and potato burritos.
Taco Bueno,
a really big fan.
It's legit.
It's okay.
It's really
legit.
good.
It's okay.
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. What is my last name?
I know it's Gonzales. It is,
okay,
but you're not.
I am the person of authority on this.
Well, you're not eating them authentico. Let's be real. Like you're throwing some sour cream on there, and you're having flour tortillas.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you're not having the other ones. I'm not either, by the way. I took my kid to Torchy's last night after football, and I was like, flour, sour cream, extra sour cream. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. But that's how I'm eating. But at least it appears as if we're getting back to hot again. So I'm watching this Sophia Cunningham thing right now. Great. Let's go. Let's rock. My little fatty food back in the day was White Castle and I was thinking of Trump at the White House, but what was the other one? Taco Bell. Those two were that was my jam.
Oh, you're going to judge me for Taco Bueno, but you were a fan of Taco Bell?
Taco Bell is national. That is something that everybody can relate to, okay? I don't want to hear it.
Well, the people who can relate to Bueno know that it's way better than Bell, but that's fine.
And then Whataburger is like, no, I can't do it. I cannot do Whataburger. I know. I'll never be a real Texan. It's fine. I've already admitted that on this show.
It's so mid.
I agree. I agree.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, I admittedly have not been there in a while because I don't eat fast food anymore, but this may be all solved by the fact that a while back, I believe Whataburger was bought by like a some Chicago company. And my theory is that that's when it started to go downhill.
You think it changed after that? They put
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I'm not sure because I didn't live here, but as soon as I moved here 5.5 years ago, I mean, the second I stepped foot in this state, they were like, you got to get Whataburger. You got to get it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I had it and I was like, this is it, huh? Like the uniforms are fun and I like the creamsicle, theme that everybody's, kind of still in the 50s vibe and all that stuff. But the food it didn't blow my tits off. So, yeah.
I felt like that about In-N-Out.
At In-N-Out?
I
I was a big fan of In-N-Out. I think I had it too much in LA, so it kind of wore off on me a little bit. But, if we're going fast food, pound for pound, I mean, my God, dude. I'll still shove a Big Mac in my mouth, and I'm a 3-bite Big Mac guy. Like, if gun to head.
Oh, God.
Easily. Yeah. I mean, I still live by it. Like the chicken nuggets, all the stuff, double quarter pound with cheese, like all of it. I'm still a McDonald's Big Mac guy by heart, and I love it.
Can I tell you my favorite thing on the McDonald's menu that I haven't had in probably, 15 years?
What is it?
The filet of fish.
God, that's my wife's favorite. She loves it.
So good.
You guys are so fucking white trash, dude. You and Jesse, I tell you what, bring your husband out here. We'll bring the kids. I'll even hang out with them in the pool and all that other stuff while you guys go out and eat those white trash fish fillet bullshit from McDonald's, and you guys can have fun, dude.
The tartar sauce.
Oh God, she'd cake it on there. There's no way. There is no way. That's E. coli waiting to happen, for Christ's sakes. Speaking of which, you hear what happened with Celsius in High Noon yesterday?
Yes.
Whoopsies.
Yes.
Whoopsies.
Yes. I want me to be the person that accidentally gets that package.
Oof, a lot of people do. So obviously, we run Hard AF Seltzer. My phone has been melting down because they're trying to figure out which co-packer it is. So for people who aren't in the industry, have friends or distributors or whatever, a co-packer is simply just a warehouse that makes a bunch of different beverages. If it's a larger one, make anywhere from 10 to 12 different ones. So obviously Celsius and High Noon were made at the same co-packer. They must have ran the cans on 2 different tanks, and then one filled up with High Noon and the other one with Celsius. And holy shit. Now, I don't let my kids have energy drinks at all. And hopefully there's some other good parents out there that aren't jacking up their kids, who are in elementary school on energy drinks, because they probably don't need it. But if you gave those to a high schooler, like somebody who was on the track team or something else, I mean, you could sue pretty fucking quickly on this. And behind the scenes, they're all scurrying, wondering what's going on, because it's going to fall on whoever that co-packer is. And one would imagine they'll be bankrupt very, very quickly. But I believe Pepsi owns Celsius, and High Noon is owned by Ernest and Julio Gallo. So, I mean, you're going against 2 titans there. And whoever fucked that up, it's good night.
It's over.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so over. Do you, as of course the owner of Hard AF, which I might I just say is way better than High Noon or any of those other shitty seltzers.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. So do you kind of wish that had happened to you? Because you would be absolved from any liability. It would be the co-packer, right? But then everyone would be hearing about it.
Yeah, and
that's good publicity, isn't it?
No, it's not good for either company. And I'll tell you why. That co-packer doesn't have that kind of insurance to go up against that. So
it would fall on the company.
Yeah, because I've been in a couple lawsuits over the years with co-packers over issues, and 1, they're not fun. 2, the co-packers don't really have that kind of cash. And
I see.
So they can't cover those lawsuits. And Pepsi and Ernest and E&J, they can spend.
They have it.
They got it.
Yeah.
They got all the money in the world. So can they take the
Okay,
plants and then just replace the employees? Probably.
Right.
I mean,
right.
We got into a very similar legal situation about somebody who had mispacked some cans for, I think it was the state of Illinois, and it's still going on. It's like, hey, dude, the other option is I can just own your facility and then just put my own workers in there. Dead serious. If you don't have that kind of cash. So that's still going on. And we're not even at a level of a high noon or a Celsius, for Christ's sake. So that is a whole different stratosphere. And it's not good for anyone. Because somebody very, very late last night texted me. And it was like maybe 3:30, 4, and I was up. And he goes, what would you have done in this situation if it was hard AF seltzer? And I said, I would have called Celsius privately and said, let's bury this, burn these cans, have that co-packer give us a credit for the cans that we've got to trash, and never, ever talk about this in public ever again. This would be my Epstein. This would be my Epstein list right there is hey, dude, we're going to bury these cans way down deep inside and never bring these up again because it's not good for either of our companies.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. I just keep thinking of all of the DUI lawyers who are like,
it's endless.
This is perfect.
It's endless.
This
Kids,
is perfect. My client was just drinking a Celsius.
Totally. And how do you disprove that? Like, if you have a good enough lawyer, you can get out of anything. I mean, shit, you remember that guy from The Bachelor that ran over that old man with his tractor? And he was like, Sarah, he was drinking, and he just ran back to his house, locked the doors. And by the time the police came, it was like 8 hours later. And he refused a breathalyzer at the scene, took him into the jail cell, and then, one of those hospital people, the nurses come out and take blood from you. He was good. He was under the number. So we got a year probation, at home. And and that was about it for him. But, yeah, I mean, if you're out there, I don't know how you disprove that. I mean, there's so many options to your parents for kids. Again, what if you gave your 9th grader a high noon who has never drank before? Do you remember your first situation?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? What was the one that you got drunk off of?
Oh man, it was vodka and punch. It was like a vodka punch, and it was McCormick's. Oh God, I feel sick even just talking about it. It was McCormick's vodka, and I can't even look at it anymore ever.
Mine was Bartles and James wine coolers, and I believe it was the margarita pack, and it was the bottle version, And I think by the third one, oof. I was kind of falling over, and
Did you do Zimas?
I had a great time. Come on,
with the Jolly Rancher.
Do I do Zimas with the Jolly Rancher? Of course, you've tasted Hard AF. Yeah, they're all liquid Jolly Rancher. That's why. Yeah, I loved fucking Zima growing up. And when they called us, they approached us about, hey, we're doing a 1-year thing. It was like the 20 years since they'd been taken off the shelves. Do you remember that back in 17 or 18?
Yep. They came back.
They sold out, and we did a music video. Me and Jesse did it, and all this other stuff. Yes, if you after this episode is over, go play Zimas and Jollies on YouTube, and it's me and her, and we shot it like an old school rap video on the beach, and it was awesome. That's how big of a fan I was, for real.
So funny.
Like to this day, I will ride or die for Zima, and they came back. I'm positive it was because of the show back then. Because they sold out everywhere, and then they were like, we're doing it one more year. And people were like, but there's a lot of sugars in these. And
it was nostalgic, but, like, we're okay.
Yeah, we're fine. They did it with Clear Pepsi, too. Do you remember that? They brought back Clear Pepsi for, like, a year, which I loved. But apparently I'm the only one in America who loved the Clear Pepsi. So that was gone pretty quickly. And, yeah, it sucked. But, for one drink, it's 4.5% for a high noon. If your kid got one of those and it never drank before, it's probably enough. Like, let's say it's a girl who's a freshman in high school or something like that.
Oh, for sure. Like a petite freshman. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be some class action lawsuit and everything else. The last part of this is you don't just run one can at a time. So, sorry, that's just not the way the business works. You typically run, so like us, and we're, I would say just above an indie brewer, right in that mid-range now, with how fast we're growing. Most of our runs, so let's take this week, 25,000 cases. So, Bob, what's 25,000 times 24? Just look that up for me. Just do some quick math off the top of your head. Give me your best Asian.
600K.
600. So we ran 600,000 cans.
Okay.
At the same time.
Wow.
So,
oh gosh.
and
so
I'm not
so
Celsius.
it's going to be more than that.
Yes. I'm not Celsius
Oh,
and I'm not high noon, for Christ's sakes. Like, so those orders are way, way bigger. So like, let's say Hardy F fucked up to that. That's 600,000 potential lawsuits out there that I can't account for. And that's just this week for us, not for the year, just this week. And yeah, those guys are running even more. I mean, shit, High Noon's doing Tall Boys and all the other stuff. We are, which, you know, that comes out towards the end of the month. But like, that's a whole nother series of headaches because Celsius also runs those. And how many went into the same cans? Like,
oh gosh.
and then how do you prove it?
Yeah. But it was just the was Celsius put in the High Noon cans too, or just High Noon into Celsius?
I would
Do we know?
imagine just based on how the canning industry works. So I would assume they just ran the wrong batch at the wrong time, and then they did the other for the other, and you know.
Okay, because I would be pissed if I was trying to drink a High Noon and it was just a Celsius.
You were all jacked
I'd be
up.
like, I'd be like,
energy.
this buzz sucks.
Yeah.
This isn't what I wanted.
You're at the pool with the rest of the moms, and you start to freak out. You're starting to get real jittery.
Dude, if you drink 3 Celsiuses before you realize what's going on, your fucking heart's going to
Yeah.
explode.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's gnarly, isn't it? Because I'm not a Celsius dude, and I'm like, I don't like it anyway, so I was just like, holy shit. If you get all hopped up off of that, 3 of those, imagine a guy like me. I'd come home and my wife would be like, how much Coke did you do today? I'm like, none. I had 3 High Noons. I don't understand what happened. It's like 4.5%. Let's go.
Relaxing at all.
Let's go punch some holes in the drywall outside in the garage. I was like, wait, what the fuck, Russ? Like, let's chill out for a second here. Holy shit, man. So there's going to be a world of pain, and luckily I'm not involved in it. And all of the parties thus far have sat out publicly of talking about it. So they'll bury that. I would bury that behind the scenes, and let's keep some tight lips and not sink some more ships, okay?
Right.
That's what I would say. Over with you guys over at The Blaze, what's the top story that's going around for you guys right now? Because I feel like at the top of the show, it should be this Obama, Clinton thing, everything else, but it just seems like this is getting buried by everything. What are you guys chatting about in the office? Like, does Glenn Beck come in and say, all right, so we want to cover these topics this week and everything else?
You know, honestly, Glenn has been at his ranch for almost the whole summer. He's just been back for the last couple of weeks, but he very much is like, I'll handle my stuff and everyone else can handle their own stuff. But it is something that we have been talking about. But I mean, going back to what you said at the beginning of the show, it does feel like for that particular topic that it's just, okay, well, how many times can we talk about it? How many shows can we say the same freaking thing? Yeah, these guys are criminals and they should be locked up. Yeah, it's treasonous. I mean, President Trump is posting on his Truth Social, Obama should be locked up for treason, and it's all true, but we can squawk about it all day long, and I just don't know that it's going to happen. So is it worth talking about every single day? I don't know. I just feel like probably the viewers are a little bit done with it until something happens.
I
so
agree.
Then you gotta go. What else is going on?
Yeah, I agree. And again, like today, her getting shipped to Texas. You're like, well, shit, you can't not talk about it. So what the fuck? Because every day there is something different that somebody's being like, hey man, can you explain this? And I was like, no, I can't. I can't explain any of it anymore. And I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
like all of it has become so unbelievable that even if we got the truth, would you even believe the truth right now?
You know, it's funny that you say that because I was thinking, talking about the Ghislaine Maxwell thing, I was thinking to myself, okay, let's say that she did testify in front of Congress. You know that obviously the Democrats are trying to tie Trump to it. That's just been their MO from day one. And so you go, okay, say that she goes there, say that she gets even full immunity, and say that she sits down and they ask her explicitly, was President Trump ever involved in any of these? And she's like, no, he never had anything to do with it. Like, are they ever just going to take that and leave it alone? Of course not. They're going to be like, oh, she's only saying this because President Trump's the one who gave her the immunity deal. She's only saying, like, we're never going to hear the end of this. No one's ever going to believe that we're getting the truth in any of it. Everyone's always going to try to poke holes. And it's just going to be a never-ending cycle of conspiracy theory, I think, at this point. And it's really sad, but don't see any other way around that.
I don't either. I really don't. And it'll get to a point where she's either out, people are pissed. I don't think she'll ever testify in front of Congress, let's face it.
Really?
Or no. I mean, could you imagine the circus for that?
Oh, I know.
And we would love it, but that's only going to add to the hype of everything else that's been going on. I just don't see it happening. And because I'm with you, what you said earlier, I think it's both sides that are on that list. And both sides equally, it appears as if have made a deal behind the scenes of like, hey, let's protect each other. When I saw that vote in Congress that was 211 and 211, I'm like, on the side that I didn't think it was going to be on, I was like, man, there was one meeting or one lunch between all you motherfuckers for the first time in the history. And they were like, so what do you want to do? I don't know. You want to go halfsies? Halfsies on this rape charge? Like, what do we? All right, cool. Let's just go right down the middle because we're all on this fucking thing. And then, we can kind of use it and then figure out the economy and everything else afterwards.
Right.
Whereas like a story like the guy from El Salvador today, buried. Buried today. Did you hear the president of El Salvador? They just voted on him having an endless presidency. They love him so much that he's just going to keep going. Bukele.
Oh.
Yeah, buried.
Really?
That story is buried today. And it's like...
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it.
Buried. So they just ended term limits down there because the people love him so much. And it happens, I guess, late last night. And they were out, the citizens were partying in the streets, blasting off fireworks and everything else. It looked like a blast, for Christ's sakes. This guy has turned that country around so quickly and then immediately, hopped on board with Trump and the psychological warfare with the videos and all that other shit that everybody loves this guy. I've never seen anything like it, but also he's a dictator and he was allowed to do it overnight. So he was like, cool, all you motherfuckers are arrested. Now you're making shoes. You're on a shoe program right now. And those factory shots of them sewing up like curtains for old women in nursing homes and shit and making little baby shoes in there. I was like, let's go. Jail labor, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you look at something like that and you're like, maybe a dictatorship isn't so bad. Maybe that's what we're missing, Ross. I don't know.
I've said this.
It seems like it's going well over there.
I've said it for the last year on this show. I'm like, you gotta get Congress out of the way, and I gotta get Senate out of the way, and let's go. Let's try to figure it out.
Maybe they have something. If you can take a third world shithole like El Salvador and make it clean again and prosperous and crime free.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is something.
It's the best test case of all time, besides maybe Somalia, right? If you could turn Somalia into, some beautiful Airbnb Mecca,
maybe
that would rock.
Maybe we could send Ilhan Omar back.
Yes. And she'd be like, oh, man, I'm back on the beach. They get special drinks for her where it's pina colada and like a burned tire wrapped around it. And you're like, oh, shit, that's nice. Put a floater in there and then light the burned tire around. Just a kid's one. Just pop a bike tire off for like a child. Roll that down on the pina colada. Light that on fire. Oh, cheers, Somalia. You get a pirate specials on Fridays. Everybody can kind of hang down there, and Somalia's amazing. Makes Somalia great again. But this guy, term limits ended. And it looks like right now they've kind of softly agreed on like 6 years for him.
Wow.
So yeah. It's a long time.
But you know what? I think that you just summed it up because you say the word dictator and people get all, no. Well, but you said it. The people were out in the streets. They were partying. They were excited. And if that's what the people want, who am I to judge?
I agree. I don't think it would ever happen here, obviously. So, and then plus, what if the other side gets in and was like, shit, I saw, again, because I was up late. I'm just trying to keep anything on in the background. I lost the under on the NFL game last night on a pass interference call with like 4 minutes. I mean, no reason for that, guys. God, I had it by a half a point too. So pissed off. And then it rolled into Colbert, who's Trump fired me. No, your ratings fired you, and sorry, you're kissing 2 million viewers. You get a staff of 200. You're losing 40 a year for CBS. Whoa. You're out of there. Yeah, I mean they gave Trey Parker and Matt Stone $1.5 billion for 50 fucking episodes, for Christ's sake. So we know where the money is. Like, and if you're making it, they don't really give a shit what you do.
Yep.
But she was on there last night. She popped out. She was on Colbert.
Really?
Yes. And it was a fucking disaster. She's promoting a book, and it's about her time running for president during that 3 months. Where, look,
Of course it is.
if she was honest about it, like super open and honest, I'd read that book in 10 seconds. I would love to know what went on behind the scenes. No lie.
Sure.
Because Dan had speculated, and we chatted about it a little bit yesterday, that the rumor that we had heard was he was too, mentally fucked up, and she went in there and said, look, we're either signing the 25th, or you can step down and get out of there. Pelosi was on board and somebody else, and Obama wasn't, and those guys. He got forced out. I would love to know the real behind the scenes of it all, because the other part of this that I found fascinating too, with this book and then her suddenly popping out, was the day before she said she's not running for governor.
Yep.
I don't think it appears that if she liked doing any of it, and if she was just honest in the book and she was just like, look, it is not what I thought, and it fucking sucks, and I hate these people, I'd be like, all right, I got a little bit of sympathy for you,
Sure.
But I don't know what's going to happen. Her appearance last night was weird. Still word salad all over the place, and then just endless laughter for nothing. And you could see the look in Colbert's eyes where he's like, holy shit, dude.
Oh, no.
I gave you a high noon to chill out. Was it Celsius?
It was the Celsius.
Because you're fucking jacked up right now and you're laughing all over the place. And it was like, she'll never win. But she did not rule out running for president in 28, which would be a gift.
To which, yes, well, to which I'm sure she got great applause, which I think is absolutely hilarious because it is a gift. And it's so funny to listen to them, like they're seals when it comes to her talking about running again. I'm like, guys, you just did that and it was a total disaster. But who am I to correct them when they're in the middle of making a mistake, I guess? So I'm just like, oh, no, that would be terrible, Ross. I don't want that.
I know.
Whatever you do, don't run Kamala. She's too formidable of an opponent.
And when Joe Biden stepped down on that Sunday night, I go, please pick Kamala.
Yep.
Last year, I was like, please pick her. It's the easiest win we'll ever have. I was like, please pick her. And once she was in there, I was like, we're done. We're back. It's on. Everything's going to be great. And then obviously, we gamble a lot here on this show that I was talking about earlier, even preseason NFL, which is junky shit. I'm going to hide my arm down here because I got track marks this morning. But with her, she's the odds-on favorite right now for the Democratic nominee. Now, obviously, we're 3 years away from this at this point. Well, 2.5 because somebody's got to start doing primaries and shit like that. But there's not really anybody close. I saw Gavin Newsom, I think, was behind her, which that's probably even worse than Kamala, I would imagine. But I don't know who the dude is. We were talking about it the other day. Have you guys discussed it? Who is it? Because I don't think they'll ever let Shapiro do it because he's a Jew.
No, they won't. They don't have anyone. I mean, you will. Well, actually, last time I was out there with you guys, we were talking about Gretchen Whitmer, but
she's been invisible. I haven't heard anything about her in months now. Which, for good or bad, I mean, good or bad, I just haven't heard anything.
The only time I hear about her, strangely enough, the only time I hear about her is when President Trump brings her up.
Yep.
So other than that, she's totally non-existent to the Democrat Party. So I don't know. I mean, they've picked such terrible people. They're in a position where they just have absolutely no bench. And I'm just here for it. Like, I love to see it. I can't wait. I do think that Gavin Newsom would be a better opponent for them than Kamala. I think he's really good at lying.
Yes.
But he also has just mismanaged a total freaking disaster in the state of California, and he's got his own people coming after him. So I don't know. I mean, you see AOC and Bernie going and campaigning around the country.
And they're drawing numbers. I just don't think they would win. I mean, first of all,
they wouldn't.
He would be 86, I think.
Yeah.
If
he even lives that long. I mean,
yes. Now, her, on the other hand, don't know. I don't know if she could get the youth to rally around it, but I don't know where that party's headed. So let's say, Namdani gets in there in the fall. It'll really show what that movement is. She's obviously a part of that movement. Let's say this guy gets in Minnesota. Then you're kind of developing this new party or anti-party to go against Republicans, where Republicans on our side, and I don't know if you guys have chatted about this, The Blaze, we've got Vance and Rubio pretty much on lock as president and VP for 28.
Yep.
That's probably going to be the picks because I hated Rubio, full disclosure, for years and years and years.
Me too.
And then he gets in at foreign policy. He is a fucking gangster. And it's like, oh, where the fuck was this guy for the last 15 years? Like, I don't get it. So I think that's a lock there. Now, it just depends on who the other side is. And this is the first time in recent memory for me in my lifetime that there wasn't really a candidate that was strong. Even Obama, I thought, because I heard him speak at the DNC a couple years before, I think it was in the midterms in like 06. He was good and you know, as an orator and everything else. Right. And you could tell that they had a guy that was kind of a star, and they were like, okay, it wasn't really that big of a shock to me that he came out and he won. And then I actually went to a rally in 08 in LA just to see what it was like. And it had a very similar feeling to Trump's in 2016, where the crowd was electric. There was, 40, 50,000 people there hanging on every word. And they're both funny in two totally different ways.
I hope so.
Totally different ways, but they play to their crowds well. And to me, both of those were shoo-ins. And I'd said it on the show in 16. Before that, I guess you could say, like in my lifetime at least, Clinton maybe popped out of nowhere. But, you're looking back on it, Ross Perot had just sucked up so many votes from Bush that there's nothing you could do anyways. He was just the other candidate. But I feel like for the last 25, 30 years, we've kind of known who it was going to be at this stage of the game, and it's a shock that we don't really know right now on that side, because I don't think they know what that party is yet.
Right.
How aggressive or how progressive are they going to be?
I mean, well, you just named all of these people who are extremely progressive and radical and are also on the younger side. So I honestly, my hope is that they take the AOCs and the Ilhan Omars and the Jasmine Crockett's and the Zohran Mamdanis and all of those people. I hope that they take those people and run with those people. Now, that would be really terrible for NYC. Like, I'm sorry, New York City. I think you guys are supposed to be like the city for this country,
for
representative
America.
of this country. Yeah, and like that, you guys would be totally screwed. But as far as the country goes, to have them be representative of that party, I just think like they'll never win another election again, because you'll have so many middle of the road. They may call themselves Democrats still. I probably wouldn't call them that if they don't subscribe to what these people, the radical policies that these people subscribe to. But it's just like in this election, you had people who hated Trump who were like, but I'm not voting for that crazy shit. So imagine a J.D. Vance and a Marco Rubio where they don't have the baggage that President Trump had.
Yep.
And you have them spouting very common sense, very well thought out policies, rational policies. And then you have whoever the hell the other candidate is spouting out crazy socialist garbage. Like, they're just never going to win again. So
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. As long as Trump doesn't fuck it up the next, 3 years, I think you're all good. Yeah. And look, besides the Epstein things, so far so good. The big beautiful 1,000%. Bill, I wasn't really amped about, but it is a 10-year plan. And if those guys get in for 8, then he can always go back and say, I told you we were going to do this and whatever. So it's a nice out for him. Now, I know you got a show to do right now, so I'm going to let you out of here. Tell everybody where they can find you and your social media and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, thank you. So this was a lot of fun. I'm glad that it worked out and that I happened to be wearing the right hat for the occasion.
I got the same, and it wasn't planned. None of this was planned. So yeah.
No, it wasn't. It's so funny, Ross. I'm in my closet and I have all of my hats, and I have way too many hats, but I have all my hats, and I'm like, which one do I want to go with today? And just something was pulling me to the hard AF. And then it was after that you texted me and you were like, hey, do you want to be on? Yeah. So it's like, it was weird. I was intuitive. But you can find me on my YouTube channel. It's Sarah Gonzales Unfiltered. There's no H in Sarah, because we all know that's an unnecessary letter.
It's a soft H. It's a silent H. There's no reason for it.
Silent H and S at the end of Gonzales, because we're not that Hispanic.
No.
Okay.
No, you're not.
White passing. So
you're not.
It's S.
Is your husband over there producing this right now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Okay, so ask him one question before we get off. How does he think Alabama's going to do this year? Because we've got a college pre-prediction show in 2 weeks, and I've not heard anything out of Alabama at all. Like, so it's been a strange offseason. Usually, you hear everything about Bama. I didn't even know who their quarterback is. I'm hearing Ty Simpson.
He can key in. He can key in if you want him to talk.
Ask him. Tell him to key in right now. I'd love to.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How is Bama going to do? Derek Wolf is about to fly out here in 2 weeks to do the college and NFL pre-prediction show for Drinkin Bro Sports. I don't know anything about Bama this year.
So Ty Simpson's probably going to be their quarterback. He was a 5-star. He's been in the program for 4 years now.
He's been there a long time, and he's only played a few games, right?
He has not started anything. He was behind Milroe the last 2 years, but he stayed with the program, and I think he'll be good. Their defense is going to be legit. Okay. They've got the best secondary in the country.
And who's your prediction for championship this year?
I'll go with Texas. I'm going to go with Texas.
Oh, wow. You pick your wife's team.
Yeah, I think you'll get Alabama in the playoffs again. I think you'll get all the big players.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the SEC's. It's a weird one this year because Texas is at the top, and then everybody else is kind of fighting for second, I think. But we'll see how Arch Manning and those guys do.
Yeah, because we're at the top, but it's totally unproven.
I know. It's gonna be a fun season because of that. There's just so many unknowns that it will be fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
And we're gonna see each other in Columbus.
Yes, opening week for Texas, Ohio State. We have a huge Hard AF Seltzer tailgates. You can join all of us here at the tailgates. It's Richard Denoffs, and we'll leave the map out for everybody. There's 300 people, DJ, as much Hard AF Seltzer as you can drink. And I think we're bringing tall boys as well, which is going to be even more dangerous because we're launching those.
Are Texas fans allowed?
Yes. We are very pleasant with as far as the fan base goes. So there's no hatred. And you can come to the tailgate and everything else. And there's a beautiful woman that I can't name, a sweet old lady that makes Jell-O shots for everybody and pudding shots. And she makes 1,000 per tailgate. So you guys will get to have those as well.
Oh my God.
Just saying it'll be worth it,
That's
okay?
Awesome.
It'll be worth it. All right? Have a great show, you guys. I love you, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for filling in today.
Yeah, of course. All right. Love y'all. See you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon. We got some listeners here in the studio today. Who's back there? Jacob is back there. Look at you, Jacob. Yeah, come on down. You're good to go. Drinkin Bro of the Week. We're getting after it today. Sit down, dude. Are you drinking?
No.
Why? Why?
Me and alcohol. Here, put an inch in my face.
Yeah, you know the rules. You know the rules.
Nah, me and alcohol, we had an argument during COVID.
Oh, you did?
So,
who won?
I've retired from drinking.
Who won?
Alcohol.
Where were you when it happened?
I was living in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale. How was it there?
It wasn't as bad because Scottsdale is pretty, they're pretty in your face about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So the lockdowns weren't too bad, but they did shut everything down as far as the bars and all that stuff like that. So the biggest issue was I had a liquor store right down the street from me, and wasn't working at the time.
Just started boozing like everybody else did.
Started doing early.
Don't feel bad about it.
No. I mean, I'm not afraid to go ahead and admit it because if someone has a problem like that, you can fix it.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And by the way, Drinkin Bros, obviously you've been a listener for a long time.
Since 2019.
Yeah. This was created for never drink alone. It's not alcohol. It's just don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
For veterans and anybody else, man. If you're having a problem, man, we'll be more than happy to chat with you, and it's real.
Yeah, no, it's
you pop in and do whatever you want. So yeah, it's not about booze. You can have whatever you want. There's plenty of waters and all that stuff back there as well.
No, this studio is awesome. I mean, my parents flew in from California, and
no way.
Yeah, I drove up from Houston. I turned 36 tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so
happy
I was
birthday.
Like, you know what? I want to go up there and see the studio. I've been listening forever, and when I lived in Dallas, I wasn't able to make it down here. I think you guys were still in North Carolina.
So Dan's in Dallas right now doing Blaze.
Okay.
Yeah. And ironically, Sarah is in Dallas at the Blaze. So I wasn't lying earlier.
No, I saw it. And I was
like, cool,
okay.
man. You're going to go do those shows. I'll pick off the Blaze and we'll do a crossover today.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
Because one of us has to stay. I've done Alex's show before. I don't think Dan has, and it's a blast. We love Alex Stein.
Okay, yeah.
Yesterday was the trade deadline, right?
It was.
So we traded Dan for Sarah.
Right before
see
the deadline.
9 Inch Nails and the Foo Fighters had a trade
was it drummers?
For drummers, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know bands did that.
I didn't either. And I didn't, you know, it's funny because my kid and I are huge Foo Fighter fans.
Oh, they're awesome, though.
They're amazing. And even better live. If you've ever seen Foo Fighters live, holy shit.
Never had a chance.
Dave Grohl and Taylor well, R.I.P. obviously, but Taylor Hawkins were phenomenal. And it just didn't fit the drummer they hired. He was an older guy, and it looked weird to me. And we were all so used to Taylor Hawkins. I was like, man, I wish they would have gone younger with this.
Yeah.
And then the 9 Inch Nails guy fits. So did the guy from Foo Fighters then go to...
I think. I don't know. That's what I heard. There was a trade on MLB trade deadline day that involved the Foo Fighters and 9 Inch Nails.
That'd be great. I know. So by the way, because I know Foo Fighters had swapped out their drummer and they got somebody in. I just didn't have time to go through the story. So yeah, that's interesting.
That's an interesting switch though, because they have two different sounds.
Yes, but drums are drums and music's music, and you can always pick up somebody else's stuff.
Right.
If you're a singer, it's a whole different world. Mm-hmm. Like Dan and I were on a flight stuck on a runway somewhere, and
you guys have the worst luck with flights sometimes, man.
I know. It's. Can I tell you, it's probably awesome. So they have 50% less workforce here. A Drinkin Bro, Sarah Heller, shout out Sarah. She works for United, and they're starting to pay real fucking money down there at the airport. Like,
are they really?
Oh yeah, because there's such a shortage that they need people, and they're like, dude, we're 50% behind. So when you go to clear, shut down on half the airport. You have to go to the other side. When you land, you usually end up on the tarmac for like 45 minutes because crews have to go from unloading one gate to another, and then you're just usually waiting on the gate. And it's happened a lot here. So that's why. But we usually get decent internet, luckily. So we're able to watch shit. And I watched, was it Linkin Park, Bob, who got the female singer? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And it was live on Twitter and everywhere else. And a bunch of people around me were watching. I was like, what is that? And so I cued into it. They're like, oh, man. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then a girl comes out and starts singing, and I was just like, whoa, we're not doing that.
I'm not a big fan of that one.
We're not doing that at all.
No, I'm not a big fan of that one. I mean, when I'm hearing Linkin Park, I want to hear Chester Bennington. That's what
Chester's got one of the greatest voices of all time, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he hit a range in some of those songs that you can't even hold your breath as long as he was screaming.
Yeah, and my kids love Lithium, this channel on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it. Mm-hmm. So it's all like 90s grunge, everything else. And like, God damn it, they were playing a lot of Soundgarden and like Chris Cornell. Mm-hmm. That guy, you forget how great he was. We were like, holy shit.
Wherever he went, he was good.
Yes. And the two of them died, within 6 months of each other? And it
Something like that, yeah.
Both of them hanging,
first,
suicide.
Right? Yeah.
And both of them was like exercise bands, which is weird. I mean, I was hoping they would belt off and get a nice strangulation session.
I mean, that's the way to go.
That's what I think. That's what I think. If you got a spotter in the room, let's do it.
Take that risk.
That's what I say.
I mean, if you're already going to kill yourself, right? You might as well put yourself
dude, just go for it. Just fucking go for it.
Why not?
I told a strangulation story the other day to a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
We were off camera about somebody who died on a movie that I was on. Oh, yeah. And
got dark.
We had to film a scene there like 3 days later.
Oh.
And all like laughter-wise was on the producer. I was like, man, I wonder if he finished,
Yeah.
I just wonder if I hope he did.
Well,
before the chair kicked out.
Go with a smile, I guess.
Yeah, because it wasn't intentional, by the way.
Oh.
It was purely a sexual thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know that answer if it's ever. I'd say it's 50-50 on that one. If you want to go out the best way possible. Yeah.
I don't know. I was always kind of the guy that thought if I was going ahead, if I was a vegetable or something like that, just put a Superman costume on me and throw me out of an airplane.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what Dan's like too.
Make it
Dan's
epic.
like, hey, dude,
I don't care.
I agree. I agree. Because I personally think the Ozzy Osbourne, I think they had a pact of like, hey, dude, we're...
Well, the more and more you guys are talking about it, it's like, he had his last farewell tour.
Everything was planned so perfectly.
It fit well.
Yeah. I agree. So makes sense. And it's awesome. Like, he was in a shit ton of pain and like, go out on top. At 76 is a great life. For
Well,
Ozzy?
and everything that he did, you're surprised he made it
Ozzy,
to
for Christ-
76.
I can't believe he made it to fucking 40.
No.
Let alone
No.
76. So good for him.
Yeah.
I know your parents are here. Who do you want to give Drinkin Bro of the week to? Who else is back there?
That's just my mom and dad.
Is that
for
your
now.
mom? Okay.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Hi, Mom. I'm looking above the monitor there. Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
So, obviously, I want to give it to my mom and dad. They're the ones that raised me, but I wanted to also give it to my brother, Caleb.
Okay.
He met you in Austin at one of the live shows one time.
Did you say it was awesome?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but he's actually the one that...
You touched my penis?
He might have left that out, but he did say his knees were sore.
Okay, good. Because, either I'll grab someone else's or I'll let somebody grab mine. I don't really care.
That's between you and him, but...
we work for you guys, so, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's the only way we pay for this shit. So.
But, no, I mean, he's the one that kind of got me into you guys. He was like, you got to listen to it, you got to listen to it. So, obviously, in 2019, you guys are already a couple years into it.
Yeah.
So, I started at Peg and Explain.
Oh, you went back?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And
so
one of the funniest episodes that I remember was Shipment.
Shipment?
Shipment, where everyone's talking about the shipment and how you guys were talking about the 300, how they used to bang each other. I think it was, I can't remember what episode it was, but
it's funny, man.
You guys have so many episodes.
Well, we're over, because Fake Ryan is doing the catalog right now, the back catalog.
Yeah.
So, like, Patreon is Patreon and all that stuff, but, like, we signed that video deal with Spotify. I think he's like close to 1,000 episodes posted.
Yeah.
And I looked at the number and it's like there's still 1,200 more to get. Like, I don't know if he'll ever catch up because then he's got to do the rest of the network. But with that, I brought up a story with Max Martini. He was on the show last week.
I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet.
Great episode. So it's one of my
favorites.
favorites.
I love him when he's on. When you guys had him on before, a couple years ago.
This one is so good. So him and I were chatting about something in the past and in a movie about Tom Sizemore and porn and like clown makeup and stuff. And there was a bunch of listeners back there and they go, dude, last time Max was on, you guys weirdly brought up this same story and I didn't even remember. Had no idea.
I'm not surprised, though.
And we played it back live on air because there was a clip. Like, one of the listeners goes, dude, I can tell you exactly where it was. So we pulled it up and played it live on air, and we were dying laughing. Because,
oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, well, when you're on every day and you're in a dark room like this.
Oh, yeah, I mean, time passes, and,
it sure does.
It's hard to look at a calendar and be like, man, what day is it? You know what I mean? If you didn't have a schedule on what you were recording or filming, I'm sure you would kind of lose track of time.
Every day's the same.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Not that I mind it, because I love doing podcasts, so, like, I don't care.
But
I think
this episode was pre 100.
Pre 100, okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's why I kind of remember it, because it was a little wild then. That's when Jared was passing out in the garage after drinking France presses.
It was awesome. There was just no way to. It's funny. People ask me about that a lot. They're like, "Hey, how does the new compare to the old?" And I was like, "Man, if you'd have kept going at that pace, because we were only doing one a week at that point,
it would have been tough.
You just can't talk about dicks every day. I mean, we talk about dicks a lot here on the show and some horrific shit on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
It's not a daily show, though.
No. I mean, you guys
If you did it once a week, sure. But you couldn't get away with it now. And plus, let's face it, as we all get older, you want to talk about serious shit that's going on from time to time. And you want to have different guests on and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I think that format would have been impossible if we would have stuck to it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun because it was like attention grabbing in the beginning, and then you guys kind of morphed into something that it's very impactful. I mean, the amount of information that you and Dan and even your, Mr. Rochester and Rob put out, their softcore history and stuff like that. Such a variety of interesting topics. Your wife has Crime Corner.
Yeah.
Dan has Citizen, where he sits down with some of the most interesting people. Then you bring him on here. Just the way that it's grown over the past 10 years, right?
Yeah.
It has been phenomenal. Just to see you guys being as successful as you are, it's really good to see. We got, I got to see Black Rifle in its infancy and where they've grown. To get to see Jared Taylor finally doing Jared Taylor stuff with, living out his teenage dreams with all the money he has.
Holy
now.
shit, dude.
You know what I mean?
I tell people that all the time. Like,
it's so fantastic.
He's literally just spying up his childhood heroes and then just partying with them every day.
Well, you guys used to call him the people collector. And
that is exactly, like, we were not lying back in the day.
No, it's
and people,
true.
I don't think, really believed it. And now you guys see him later on in life, and it's like, Bam Margera is staying in his house for 3 months.
Yeah.
Or,
now he's got Travis,
Pastrana, and they're jumping out of a plane together. And and the beauty of Jared, too, and it's Friday, I've had a couple drinks, so we'll really open up and let some air out.
I got nothing but time, man. I got nothing but time. So
so with that, like with Jared over the years, let's take Matt's book. obviously Jared introduced all of us to one another and all that other stuff. We sold the book in it for a big boy check. It was a lot of money. He never, ever asked for anything whatsoever. And I go, hey, dude, I'm grateful that you found me and wanted to do all this stuff. And we've been able to create all the cool shit we've been able to create over the years. Is there anything I can get for you? Like, is there anything?
Yeah.
And he goes, man, I don't really know. And then jokingly he goes, maybe like a signed guitar from like Blink-182. He's like, that's really about all I want. And I was like, you serious? And he goes, yeah, but I don't know how you can find that with like the original members. And I was like, oh, I can find it.
I'm sure you can. You got connections.
I do. And I got a huge autograph guy that I can get anybody, like anyone.
That's crazy.
Anyone, yes. There's only 2 that I haven't been able to get. So I called him and I go, hey, Jared hooked up this book and all this other stuff and our relationships, and I want to do something special for him. And I go, it's a big ask. I go, but I need the original, because they were broken up at the time.
Yeah.
I go, I need the original band members on a signed Blink-182 guitar. And he goes, all right, give me an hour. Calls me back and he goes, I found 2 in the United States. And I go, awesome, I'll take one. So got it, shipped it out, and then gave it to Jared. I mean, he was crying.
There had to be a lot of zeros on that check too to get that guitar.
It was not actually.
Really?
Yeah. He can hunt down things that are important, because there's a lot of things that are important to people just because of the nostalgia of it, versus what it's actually worth in real life.
Yeah.
So the one that I'll put it this way. That one was, I want to say, maybe $1,000, something like that. Not terrible.
That's ridiculous.
Totally. But it's a homie of mine. We order a lot of stuff for you know all the fantasy football and baseball shows and all the other stuff. Now, the one that I couldn't get, because I wanted to get Matt something too. And I go, what do you want? Because he didn't think I could get the Blink-182 guitar. And I go, what do you want? And he goes, ironically, it's a signed guitar. And I go, okay.
Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Yes. And so I couldn't get it. There was one left. My guy found one. But I guess Stevie Ray Vaughan never signed anything. So, like, there's maybe like 12 or 15 autographs that still exist, unless you went to somebody's house or found it in like Storage Wars or something like that.
Yeah, you got lucky or something like that. Some random
and
one-off.
I think that guitar came in at like $18,000 or $26,000 or something like that. And I was just like, and even then, he couldn't really verify. He was like, I'm 99%, on this. But he goes, do you want to take that risk for that kind of money? And you got to get into more than likely a bidding war with somebody. And I was like, So that was a no-go for that one.
Well, that's a great gift that you got for Jared. I mean, that's something that he's probably going to cherish.
Oh, so it hangs above his bar in his house. And
which one?
I know. He has a full. So on his property, he's got 7 houses, I think. And then
God, he owns a compound, man.
He does. So you walk in, or you drive in. Forgive me, and it's like Jurassic Park. So
the big old gates open up.
Yes, swear to God. And you press the thing, and then these huge gates open up. And then there's like 7 different properties. One is just a full-on bar, like a karaoke bar.
That's crazy.
And people go and practice stand-up there, karaoke, singing. Singers, musicians will come in and rehearse there. And then he'll just let them live in one of the houses for like a week for free if they're buddies and shit like that. So it's a rad life, don't get me wrong. Everything you're seeing online is totally true in real life.
There's no way, even at 36, I'd be able to keep up with Jared. That guy's energy is ridiculous.
He's older than you are.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like a golden retriever.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. And by the way, he's still one of the greatest guys of all time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Him and I talk every 2 days, I think, still. So same with Matt and Evan. It's just a different business now.
They're off. Everybody's doing their own thing, and when you become successful, it's like your high school friend group, right?
Yeah.
You graduate, and then everybody's off doing their own thing, and it's not that you hate each other or nothing like that. It's just you got busy.
You get busy, and so we try to catch up once a week. You know, how's life and everything else, business, and it's the same. Running businesses, I don't care if it's Black Rifle or Hard AF or just at home. If you're running a small business, man, it's fucking hard every single day.
I was very surprised that you guys went into the liquor space after the lead slingers.
Well, so here's what I learned. Hard alcohol is very, very difficult. And here's why. So even with lead slingers and the success of this show and podcasts and all that other stuff, when you walk into a liquor store, first of all, your hours are limited.
Yeah.
In the Bible Belt especially.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm from Georgia and then obviously moved, to Texas later on in life. Georgia, growing up as a kid, liquor stores are shut down on Sundays. You can't buy it in grocery stores or anything else. Same with Texas. You have to go to a liquor store. They're closed down on Sundays and federal holidays. So like Juneteenth is a true story. Like obviously that holiday does not exist in my mind.
No.
And I drove over there to get a bottle of booze for this party, a neighborhood party, and they were closed. And I was like, for what? And it
wasn't like a Wednesday too.
It was
something like that.
It was a Wednesday.
Yeah,
and it was like a pool party in the for the kids at night or something like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like I can't. And they were like, no. So luckily with Hard AF, you can sell that everywhere, convenience stores, all that other stuff. But the other thing too, and this is for anybody out there, because there's a lot of people's passion is to do a liquor. Walk in. That's what I did with the seltzer. I walked into every store and started taking screenshots of everything to see what competition was, what it's like, how to make yourself different, and even how to make your brand stick out. So I went even before
that box, by the way.
Yes,
does it?
And so even before
Sorry,
that,
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
I'm just saying that box does it.
Perfect example. Yeah. So when I did the screenshots in all of these stores, I needed a bold label that would stick out anywhere. And so before I even created the label, like the logo for Hard AF, and sat down and did it, I went into the stores and I did my research. Now, with lead slingers and any form of liquor, obviously, go into a liquor store. If this is your dream at home, just let me give you this one fucking inside tip here. If it is indeed your dream at home, here's what you got to do. Go into a liquor store, take a screenshot because they usually break it up into sections: whiskey, rum, vodka, whatever it is. And let's take lead slingers. There is nothing but 300 to 400 bottles of brown liquor. How do you separate yourself from everyone else, especially if you can't afford to do displays and all that other stuff?
Well, if you think about, like, if you're looking at a whiskey aisle, we'll just take whiskey because that's what they were in. They did bourbon or something like that.
Bourbon, yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
But anyways, the only brands that really stood out were like a Jack Daniels, because you can tell it's an all-black bottle, right, with a contrast and stuff like that. But you get a lot of these other breweries and stuff where they make a fancy label, but it's like looking at the wine aisle too, to where everything you're like, well, what? Nothing stands out.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Those would be the toughest to get into. So, like for me, wine, no thanks. Liquor, no thanks. There's just too many that look the same. And let's take Tito's. Tito's was an accident. Did you know that?
That's a big success, though.
The biggest. It's probably
how though?
It is probably the biggest vodka in the United States, I believe. And I don't know. There was never any promotion. It just kind of showed up. And then I remember being at a bar and people just ordering vodka and Tito's and soda. Give me a Tito's and soda. It became pasta vodka at that point.
Yeah.
People were saying, give me a Tito's and soda. And I was just like, who started this and where? Turns out it was a guy here, and got a chance to chat with those guys and everything else. They said the same thing. They did marketing, but it was just kind of an accident where everybody just started picking it up, right, and it became the go-to, and that was it.
Well, I know strange. That I was at H-E-B yesterday, which, by the way, is the greatest grocery store in the United States.
Sure is. God bless those guys.
But even when you walk in the seltzer aisle, because of the way you guys have your box, it pops.
Pops. Yep.
Right. So you kind of even though I don't drink, I was like, no, I can't do it. But that's good placement right there.
Yeah.
I'm like clapping inside, like, congratulations, guys.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun. It's tons of hard work.
Oh, I'm sure.
Trying to keep it in stock is a bitch. And then even with Weed Funder, there's so many people that hit me up and they're like, I didn't get my case. And I'm like, did you even check to see if it ships to your state? Like, most of them didn't. Most of them are like, oh, shit, I didn't even look at that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, and the laws changed so quickly, month to month, including Texas. Like, there's now another bill to try to go after marijuana again on the back end of this, and you're just like, holy shit.
You just let it die already, man.
I know. So you're down to where when we first started and we were shipping D2C, it was like 42 states. I think you're down to like 28 or 30 now that they'll let you ship to. Yeah. So they just won't let you ship there. Wine is the only thing that is still universal in all 50 states. Wine, they'll let you ship everywhere. Beer and seltzer and hard alcohol, I think it's down to like 28 now.
I can definitely understand the hard alcohol aspect. Well, I can't understand a seltzer that's 8% compared to wine that's got exponentially more.
I know. Wine is 21%, so I don't know. Well, Kimmel's is, or not Kimmel's, Adam Carolla's is.
Which one does he have?
Mangria.
Oh, that's right.
By the way, it's great. He was on the show a few years ago promoting it, and so it was the first time I had it.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know Corolla's
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
he goes, hey Ross, would you mind drinking it on the show? I think it'd be great. We can use it for social media and everything. And I go, fuck yeah. I was like, oh, and I drank it. And he goes, you can give me an honest reaction. Just give me a live reaction, you know? And I go, all right, great. Started the show, started drinking it, and I fucking loved it.
Really?
It was really good, and it was 21.5%.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're doing the show. It's awesome, and I'm just slowly getting rocked over the course of that hour and a half, and yeah.
And that sweet stuff, man, that hurts the next day too.
It hurt that night because it was an afternoon show,
right?
And I was by 8 o'clock. I had a headache because you start drinking that early, and you're like, holy shit. It was one of those ones where you have to call the wife to come pick you up at the job. Where you're like, sorry about it, babe. I love you.
Can you come?
But it was Adam Carolla, you know, and she's like, worth it. All right, great story.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but no, it's been I didn't expect to come up here today, but it's a blast to be here, and this studio again is awesome.
Thank you, man, and that's why we do it. So we leave the studio doors open. It's all real. Everybody's always shocked when they come in. It's just like, hey, man. Come in, grab food, booze, waters, whatever you want, and then just hang, and then we'll bring you up on the show. And you also never know who's going to be on a daily basis.
Right.
Like Sarah, luckily, shout out Sarah Gonzales. Please watch her show on The Blaze. I got her at 11:30. Show started at noon today, and it was just like, dude, thanks for doing it, you know? And it was my plan to get Dan back of like, dude, I'm going to take somebody from The Blaze since you're going to The Blaze today.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
you.
I'm glad he's feeling better, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
So I know you mentioned that earlier this week. I don't remember what day.
He was not doing well. Even in that Max Martini episode, where if you watch the video, he's pretty pale in that.
Well, I'm glad to see him up and around.
Yeah, he's a trooper, dude.
Well, it's Dan.
It's Dan. It's Dan. I feel like I'll die before him. Oddly enough.
I don't know. I think Gary's got that one.
Oh,
taken.
well, shit. Gary's not here today. He might be fucking dead right now.
Well,
we have no idea.
Can't kill Gary.
What was that?
Can't kill Gary.
Can't kill Gary. Maybe not.
Is he the cockroach after the apocalypse?
He might be. It's him and Frank Gore. Those will be the last two left on this earth. Appreciate you tuning in. You can submit on drinkinbros.com for Drinkin Bro of the Week. Bob, pull that up real quick. We got some new shirts that are up in the old store. We did this deal with Snaps. Snaps is one of my favorite companies ever. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bob? It's always your porn that pops up in the background, and it's like, clear your fucking browser, bro, before we go on air. Slow music. I mean, you guys couldn't see this at home, but I could, unfortunately. Look like an 18-year-old sleeping with a piano teacher, and then that comes in. Jesus, Bob. Because I know too much about you. Now it's going to haunt my dreams all weekend, all right? But these Snap shirts are up. Tad pricey, here's why. These are very, very nice dress shirts. We're only doing like 100 a piece with those guys. Gigantic fans of them. I've worn these shirts out for years, and so much so that I reached out to him, and then I invited him on the show. A lot like him, he has signed on with every university there is. So we're going to get some behind-the-scenes NIL and booster stuff with him on a Drinkin Bro Sports episode later on in the month.
Okay.
Because these college deals are getting wilder and wilder, and man, it'll be fun to talk about, I think, because there's a lot of shocking shit that goes on.
Well, isn't the licensing pretty difficult to get?
Licensing is difficult to get, but also they want to know profits and
Right.
when they're getting paid and everything else. And then some of the athletic directors will just put you on the phone with like car dealers and shit. You're like, I don't need to know about this. And they're like, no, you do. This is where all the money's coming from, who we're trying to buy, and all this other stuff. And yeah, when he comes here, we'll get really into the details. And once you hear behind the scenes what's going on to some of these kids, I mean, there's dollar amounts. Some of these colleges have exact dollar amounts on juniors in high school.
Oof.
Juniors in high school. There was a kid, I'm not going to say which college it was. They gave me a list. And there was a kid, it just popped out because I'm from Georgia. It said Rome, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He was a junior lineman, and he was worth $51,981.
How do they come to that number?
I don't know. And like, dude, the list was endless. And I was just like, and then you start going up.
Yeah.
So you're balancing it like a budget. It felt a lot like Moneyball, where you're just like, all right.
Not to go off on a tangent. I mean, man, they're getting, these NIL deals and stuff like that, where these college kids are getting a ton of money. I was pretty stupid with money at in my 20s.
Dumb. No.
Are they giving them CPAs or something, telling them not blow it, or?
So opening day, they bring somebody in, and it's a financial guy,
right?
And he'll talk. For the NFL, it was Herm Edwards. If any of you guys are fans of ESPN, or who did Herm coach? The Cardinals, Bob?
The Jets.
The Jets. So he was the guy, and so first day they would do this rookie camp, and they would teach you. He would come in and teach financials. About, hey, dude, don't be blowing your money on this and this and this and this. None of them listen.
I was going to say, you have to listen to advice, right?
No, none of them listen.
Because I know that you, man, at 21 years old, if you're throwing a couple $1 million at me, I guarantee you I'd be broke or dead.
Yeah. Who was it? Who's the wide receiver for Cincinnati? Jamar Chase, superstar. They sat him down after he signed that massive deal for $150 million. And they're like, what'd you do with your rookie contract? Man, I spent $1 million first week. And they're like, on what? What was the expenses? And he's like, well, bought my mom a house. And I was like, oh, great. That's a noble purchase. What was that? $300K. Okay. What else did you do? What was the next thing? Got some jewelry, some drip. How much was that? $500K.
Oh,
and it was just like,
man.
I'm sorry. You love the jewelry more than you loved your own mom by $200,000?
Mama took second place
to the jewelry. And, to his credit, he laughed about it and was just like, did some dumb shit, a lot smarter now. And, you come in and you do what you do. And, yeah.
I didn't mean to go off on a tangent.
I don't give a shit. Look, it was happening. This predatory shit was happening back in the day.
Right.
To a certain degree. One of my beef fries in college at Ohio State was this dude named Demetri Stanley. He's a wide receiver. He caught the game-winning touchdown in the Rose Bowl in, I'll date myself now, but it was 97. And he was going to get drafted. Shows up to my house in a fucking drop-top Benz, just a huge iced-out watch, and all that shit gets out of the car.
97, I was a gangster.
And we were just playing basketball. Like, him and I were just playing basketball that day at the house. And I looked at him, because I've always kind of been like this, and I've never really blown cash and all that shit. And I'm like, D, where do you think that money's coming from, man? And he goes, yo, my agent got it for me. It's free. I go, it's not free. That's going to come out of your contract. And we don't know what round you're going in. Like, yes, you caught the game-winning touchdown in the Rose Bowl. We know you're getting drafted. But back then, it wasn't like it is now, where you didn't have the NFL Network. People weren't talking about the draft board every 10 seconds of the day for fucking 6 months out of the year. And so we didn't know. And he got drafted in the third round. Respectable.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Right.
But, those contracts back in the day were like $1.5 million.
So he was pre-spending his contract money?
The agents were for him. Yeah. So the agents, to get a good agent, or, not to get a good agent, let's flip that. To get a good player, and agents would spend money on these kids and then kind of lure them in, not tell them that money was coming out of their contract.
Wow.
Yeah. So then they would sign it. As soon as they would sign it, and they would get the signing bonus and everything, the car was deducted, the watch was deducted, and all that other stuff, and then you get the rest of the money.
You still got to pay your agent a percentage too, right?
Totally. And so I went back in and was just like, yo, I thought it was free. He's like, nothing's free. You wanted a car. You wanted a watch. Like you said, you wanted those things.
Yeah, we need to tell the people that want universal health care and stuff that nothing's free.
No. And, he did okay for a few years.
Right.
And NFL's tough. And then he was gone and had to switch over. But by that point, if you don't get that big second contract like a Jamar Chase or somebody else, like, that's it. Thanks for playing. So he went into commercial real estate, just passed away a year ago from cancer. But
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Great guy, and had one of the greatest lives of all time. Like that play was legendary forever, man. And it was great. And he was a great human being. So, yeah, it happens, unfortunately. But you learn, But we'll do a show with the guy from Snaps and get into it. Because,
I'm excited for that. I heard you guys talking about it.
Yeah, because I don't think people know. And I'm coaching football now, and we're talking to the high school coaches and stuff. And he's like, man, we're already getting these calls. And I go, oh, I know you are. And I told him the dollar amount story for the players. And he's just like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And I was like, nah. And I was like, it's going to get worse, too, unless they fix it. So we'll see. Anyways, man, it was fun hanging out with you, dude.
Yeah, this was a blast. I mean,
a few drinks and shit. We're still live on air. Wildly.
What a blast. I mean, like I said, my brother's going to see this. He's going to probably like, how did you get up there?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, is today the first, Bob? Okay. I'll fill you in on what's in the bro box here this month. I'll tip it because I love it. We have an Epstein shirt. We usually put a shirt and some glassware and something else, right? It's like a big item. Something you need and you can use. Like something fucking cool and like expensive or fun, right? So we got the shirt is like a wink, wink, and a nod to the Epstein thing. Sure. However, you can wear it out in public. So that way, you know, it's not like you're walking around with his face on your shirt or anything.
Right.
It's just a nice wink and a nod that both parties can appreciate of like, we know what's going on. We know.
Like someone from the side of the room going like,
yep.
Gotcha.
As soon as you walk on a plane or anything else, and again, doesn't matter which party you're in, you'll look at it and be like, yeah, we're all getting fucked over here and it's fun. And then the other one I'll tell you in the bro box, because if you order, I think you got maybe 4 or 5 days left. We have a personalized Drinkin Bros pickleball set.
Oh, that's cool.
Dope. And it's rad. So it's just something for the end of the summer. We're like, hey, everybody's going on that last vacation with the kids. Last thing right before school starts and all that other shit. And everybody's playing fucking pickleball, like everywhere, dude.
I've still never played.
I have, and they just, by the way, they just put a court in my neighborhood, and that was like the huge thing for the HOAs.
Right.
Like, man, we really need this pickleball court. And I was like, okay. My kids had asked me to go play, and I was like, it's fine. Picked up some paddles down at Dick's just before the bro box.
Yeah.
They were almost sold out in the sporting goods stores, and he's like, dude, this is so popular and everything else. We buy like the last pair, drive back to the neighborhood, and there was a list for like 8 hours just to get on the fucking pickleball court. And I was just like, holy shit, dude.
I'm pretty sure I'd tear a hamstring or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Coaching football every night, I'm like, man, us coaches were talking afterwards last night. We were like, man, I'm exhausted. I mean, exhausted. This is 108. And granted, we're not running or anything.
No,
you're still, dude.
I mean, I'm a mechanic, so I'm, sometimes I'm out in the elements and it's not fun.
No.
And you get home and I'm not running around or playing a sport or nothing like that, and you're just like, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at this age.
Plant your butt on the couch and grow roots.
Father time is undefeated.
Yeah.
So are you guys. We appreciate you tuning in and day out. Dan will be back on Monday. Business as usual. However, we have a ton of live shows coming up in cities here, and meet and greets and all the other stuff that I'll tell you about really quickly. So August 28th, they are letting us shoot. That is a true story. A lot of people hit us up and they said, there's no way you're doing this. And I said, yeah, we're shooting live inside of a convenience store in Michigan. It's
crazy.
It's about 20 minutes north of Ann Arbor. I'll give you guys the exact address as we get closer to that date. They will have the University of Michigan cans, the tall boys, and all the crazy shit in there, and they're going to let us shoot in the store. I think we're going to shoot it black and white like Clerks. Just because it's in a convenience store.
Someone's calling 911 that day.
I would imagine.
It's a Circle K,
We've never been approved. Well, it's a Shell station. And it's USA to Go is their version of Circle K.
Okay.
Now, Circle K we talked to yesterday because we're going to be in those Circle Ks coming up here at the end of the month. I believe they go in 2 days before the home opener for Alabama.
Okay.
Down there in Tuscaloosa and Auburn and then the Panhandle of Florida. And Circle K went up to corporate and they were like, here's what they said. We're going to listen to a show and then get back to you. That's going to be a hard no, I can tell you that, but it's fine. We're in Circle K anyways, and it's going to be great, so we'll give you details on that. So August 28th, live from USA to Go in Michigan. And then August 29th, we will be at the Standard. And then head down to the Pint House afterwards there in Columbus, Ohio. The Standard's on campus. There'll be drink specials for Hard AF, and we're just going to rage. We did this a couple years ago there, and it was a blast. We all just got fucked up all day and just went bar hopping. So it was great. And so join us there for that. And then Saturday, as Sarah Gonzalez talked about during the show earlier, live tailgate from Richard Danoff's Tailgates. He does a Hard AF Seltzer Tailgates. 300 people, DJ, 1,000 Jello shots and pudding shots. It's out of control. It's one of our favorite tailgates in the nation. And then hopefully we get to go back to LSU soon. Him and Tony. There's a guy named Tony. That's one of our B fries as well. Down there, there's the two best tailgates in the nation, in my opinion, so far. The guy in KC's got a dope one, too.
Kansas City goes hard, period.
No, dude. It was fun.
Yeah.
But we went there when it was -8, so I'd love to go when it's just a little warmer to see what it's like.
Like Ron White's joke, when there is a temperature, it's not 0.
Yes. Yeah. Because we had 10 heaters around us, and I still couldn't feel my fingers or my toes at the end of it.
Oof, that's
yeah.
cold.
Yeah. So Kansas City rages. I'm down to go back. It's just, let's make it a little warmer next time.
Yeah.
And then the last one is September 28th at Penn State. So we will do a huge all-day tailgate at Penn State for their whiteout game against Oregon with the new Penn State tall boys there. You want to talk about people blacking out at 3?
Oh, man.
A tall boy at 3 o'clock of 8%? Have fun, dude. Have fun. But Anheuser-Busch AB has picked us up through the entire state of Pennsylvania. So you guys will get there everywhere. I mean, you'll get them everywhere. They're selling in Delco, by the way, Dan. The guy who owns that store is a Penn State alumni. So he has ordered a fuck ton of Penn State cans, and they're selling out rapidly up there. So, yeah.
I would assume so.
Let's go. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great rest of the year. And again, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for your support, dude.
Of course. I mean, you guys. I mean, I invested in the company too and stuff like that. So.
We appreciate it, man. And like, we don't want to let you guys down. So,
but it's also kind of one of those things where you want to see, like, you're not a good person if you want to see somebody fail.
I agree. And there's plenty of money out in the world for everybody to succeed.
I mean, and you guys do so much for everybody. You know, you get back pretty much. So it's like, hey, if I can go ahead and do my due diligence on what I can, why not?
We appreciate it, for real, man.
Sure.
For real. Thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Still go to Spotify, rate the show a 5-star. Back catalog of video, like I said, I think the first 1,000 episodes are up right now. Patreon will always be Patreon. And then iTunes, just rate the show a 5-star and leave a quick review. The advertisers really, really fucking care about it, for real. And if you're at home and you're like, dude, I can't, get a Bro Box or Hard AF or whatever, this is free, and it really helps the show, and it keeps everything going because the advertisers pay for this shit. So please go there and do that. They're not getting video anytime soon on iTunes. I don't really know why, but I did have a conversation with them. Spotify is all in on video. That is going to be their next push, their big push for the next 5 years. So my prediction is by 2030, every podcast on there will be video and audio as well.
Spotify's making moves, man.
They sure are. And they're real goddamn good. Mm-hmm. And the quality is lights fucking out over there. So, yeah. Thanks, you guys. We appreciate it. Even though he's not here, I'll say it. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.